JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. This video is for the self-employed, the sole proprietor, the independent contractor, the gig worker, the side hustler, the one that is scratching out. Now, you may scratch out a great living, but the ones that are scratching it out every day, you're looking at one. Me, myself, and I determine everything. Now, I want to go a little bit coach in this video, and if you haven't been following me for long, you don't know what that term means. So hang with me. The other thing I want you to note is that this video is not going to tell you how to get PPP per se, so sit tight, please, if you are looking at getting PPP. I want you to sit tight because this is for the self-employed, the sole proprietor, independent contractor that's in the circumstances of needing PPP. Now I'm going to back up for a minute, so indulge me, because I want you to realize a couple of things from who you're hearing from. Number one, yeah, I got 62,000 subscribers. Wow, thank you. I am honored. But I'm not a YouTuber. This isn't what I do. It's 1:35 a.m. I've been taking care of my clients, and I have a couple other businesses during the day. This has become definitely a big part of my day, but I do this because I love it. Everybody could say that, right? Well, I do this because I'm putting together information that also would help my clients. So the only thing I'm putting together, in my opinion, pretty much in any of my videos, is what would benefit my client, therefore what would benefit you. The other thing I want you to note is that you're not able to make any comments on this video, and guess why? It's the same reason that if you look, you're not going to be able to tell how many thumbs up or how many thumbs down. There's some other little intricacies that I've gotten to know over the year of becoming, you're right, I am a YouTuber, of how a video can be quote-unquote discovered. One of the ways is to have comments and to have likes and dislikes. You can do them, but you're not going to be able to see them because I don't care who sees this video except for you. I've made this video for you. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm JJ the CPA. I'm a practicing CPA. And what I'm getting ready to share with you is not what it is that I do to make a living. The majority of my channel, 99%, is what a CPA would be relaying to you. Now, maybe not any CPA. It's me, the CPA, if you will, as my good friend would say, America's CPA. That's just having fun. That's why you see all the Captain America stuff. All of this stuff is from fans, the majority of it. Why is this important for you to understand? Well, the reason it's important for you to understand who's talking to you right now is that I'm not talking to you in probably any way that maybe anybody else talks to you. You're a small business owner, sole proprietor, go on, whatever the list is. You might own your own business and you're a C Corp, an S Corp, or your partnership, and all the different ways that you could be organized. But for those of you that own your own business, you are in charge. Not many tell you how it is. Not many tell you what it is that you need to do. Many tell you what they think you want to hear, i.e. your team, your employees, your vendors, your customers. You field problems and questions and solve things all day long. You have not only those that I just mentioned, employees and vendors and customers relying on you, but guess who else is relying on you? You're right, those that you sit down and eat with, your family, your significant other, your family of kids, your spouse, your partner, your loved one, your girlfriend, whatever it is. Everybody's relying on you. It's a great feeling. It's why you are who you are and why you do what you do. And it's probably a big motivator for you. I know it is for me. One of the things that's different in practicing now for just about 28 years and working with my clients, and most of the clients I have now, I've worked with for 15, 20 plus, maybe 24 years. Not brought on any new clients since the end of 2018. And I took my practice of 13 down to 4, and I'm loving life. But what I want you to know is that no one talks to you the way that you need to be talked to. That's why you're drawn to keep listening right now. What's this guy going to tell me? What's he going to say that no one else says to me? Well, I don't really quite know for sure what that would be, but here's what I do know. None of the circumstances that you're in now, as it relates to the pandemic, is your fault. That's something weird to swallow as a small business owner. What? Everything's my fault. And everything I could take credit for, right? If we put away all the kumbaya stuff and you're just sitting in bed by yourself and in your head and you're like, yes, I put that together. Yeah, you hired the right people and you had the right customers and you had the right vendors. And yes, it took a team, but who put that team together? Who put the business together? Who put the employees together? You did. Take some credit. It's okay. I'm not going to tell anyone. Feel good about what you've done and what you're doing. Now, for the smallest of small, got an email from Chris Green, CPA, friend. And Chris had indicated that she thought a video talking to the smaller of the small businesses, right? That business that's scratching out $25,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year. Whether it's a side hustle or what you're doing, making birdhouses or consulting or architecting or you name it. Right now, you're in a position of trying to find somehow, some way, this is your fault. And you're feeling bad about it, or you're feeling guilty about it, or you're feeling angry about it. You're feeling some emotion about it, most likely. What's this have to do with PPP, Paycheck Protection Program, second round, first draw, second draw, new PPP applications that are out, as well as the new PPP applications that are out for those that file Schedule C, basing it on gross income? What's that have to do with this? Well, because most of the time, the small business that has the $25,000 line of credit, the $50,000 line of credit. Now, you might be lucky to have that banking relationship with somebody that really is looking after you, but typically that type of loan, that size, doesn't bring as much as you may think, but you would know it's real when I say it, doesn't bring clout to most banks, right? You might be important to your banker. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that when you get in circumstances like this, which is rare, and when we're talking pandemic, when has that happened before? Not. You start to change your tune a little bit. How do you change your tune? I don't know for sure, but what I see most common and with my clients is now being vulnerable. Stop it. Stop being vulnerable. Stop being a victim. Stop being confused. Stop panicking. Stop rushing. Sit down. Sit down for a minute. Take a load off. Close the door. Take the day off. Take the afternoon off and regain your composure. Are you weak? No. You're in a pandemic. And part of what's going on right now, I see it, Chris has seen it, is that there's people now that are going to take advantage of your vulnerability. They're going to take advantage of the way that you're feeling right now. And how are they going to do that? Well, they're going to either steer you wrong on a PPP, or you're going to be lured into getting PPP through an organization that really shouldn't be providing PPP to you. Starting with, you see in a Google search the little word ad next to it and anything related to PPP, stop clicking on it. Okay? Be careful where you're getting your information from. Stop listening to your neighbor. Stop listening to your vendor, your customer, your employee, unless they've spent time looking at this. Stop looking left and stop looking right, and you want to look forward. This is the last round. It does end March 31st, and that is in essence a big part of why I am putting this video together, and I'm glad that you stayed till here. It may feel like the ground is dissipating beneath your feet with this looming March 31st. Here's what I want you to know. It's not the bank that is doing anything for you here other than brokering your PPP. That's it. They don't hold any power. They lord nothing over you. It's the SBA that is here to help you. And this recent additional information, these new applications that have come out, the secondary application for those that are Schedule C filers, now going to base their PPP based on gross income and refile and get more money. That is all the SBA's doing. It's the government's doing. The SBA is putting that together. What the SBA came out and indicated to us in a lengthy interim final rule, which is just some boring long language, but what they indicated to us in early January is that you can apply to more than one place. You don't need to sit and wait on your banker. You're not cheating on your banker by going to another bank and or applying at another bank. You can apply at multiple banks. The SBA said that's fine, because here's why. The SBA has stepped up their efforts, because this go around, they're not in new circumstances with a PPP. Last go around in 2020, the SBA was thrown this with extremely little time to get it all pulled together. And by the way, they did it famously. They've done a beautiful job. SBA has single-handedly saved the small business. Yes, they were handed money by the U.S. Treasury, but it's been the SBA and those leaders that have put in tireless amounts of time, the contractors that they have brought on. The customer service has been unbelievably fabulous. But it's the SBA. So don't be clicking on ads. Okay, if you've got an ad that's coming on anywhere related to PPP, don't watch it. Move on. You're going to get crap info out of it, because it'll only be designed to lure you into something that you don't need to be lured into. The larger banks, the national banks, might be convenient because you travel around, or you want an ATM on every corner, or you want the latest and best app. Great. Okay, if that larger bank is not reacting quick enough, stop sitting around and banging your head on the table and being worried and being frustrated and stressed out. either move along or also hook up with another bank. The local banks are heroes in terms of making this happen for you, the smallest of business owners. The credit unions, the local banks are our heroes. Get with that bank for starters, for any and all other reasons, like we're dealing with now. So let me pull this all together for you, if I may. You as a business owner are not used to getting anything from the government. That's why you're a business owner. That's why you have a side gig. That's why you're an independent contractor. That's why you're a sole proprietor. That's why you set up a LLC and you're a single member LLC, and that's why you do what you do every day. Because you have been doing it. The government has interrupted our businesses. For why? The safety. Doesn't matter what your thoughts are and what you think your constitutional rights are, because I agree with you. You have constitutional rights. I agree we need to wear masks because we need to save other people. If you don't like masks, I don't care. I'm not saying you need to wear a mask or not wear a mask, blah, 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 blah. All that hooey that doesn't have anything to do with you generating dollars. Okay? What I'm saying is that the government, in looking after its people the best that it knows how, forget politics, they're just doing what they feel best, has interrupted business. They've interrupted you. Because of that, so step back from, I should wear a mask, don't wear a mask. What do you mean you shouldn't wear a mask? Or what do you mean I have to wear one? And all that crap set aside, because as a business owner, what does that do for you? Nothing. The government had to make some decisions. Those decisions that affected your business now obligate them to help you, which they are doing. Therefore, take advantage of the PPP. For those of you that have employees, take advantage of the ERTC, where you qualify, the sick leave, the family paid leave credits. That's what it's there for. You might be okay right now, but are you going to be okay in 3 months or in 6 months? Or as okay? Get the employee retention tax credit under your belt. If you don't know much about it, get with it. The economic injury disaster loan, it's available to you. It's based on your gross income. If you haven't applied for it, you might think about it. You're going to have to pay it back. You can watch my other videos on that. But you need to take advantage of what is being offered to you. I also don't think it's going to be offered again. They may extend it past March 31st, but I don't believe there'll be any more stimulus for you as the small business owner. There really can't be economics or money or collection of taxes versus the aid that's being paid out. On and on and on and on and on and on. You need it, take advantage of it. Don't let then somebody take advantage of you in this process. You as a business owner didn't need anybody to tell you what it is that you're doing now. Now, you may have learned from somebody, you may have gleaned some information, you may have had a mentor, you may have had somebody that showed you the ropes. But when you boil it down, when you stepped away from a regular paycheck, or you took the step of, I have a regular paycheck, but now I'm going to take an additional step to add to you're going to add to your financial security by doing another business. No one told you all the things that you're doing every day. No one's telling you to get up in the morning. No one's telling you what you need to worry about when you go to bed. No one's telling you how to generate your revenue. You might seek counsel, information, etc. But you know how to conduct your business. This PPP is nothing more than a tool. You're a problem solver as a business owner. It's not possible you're not a problem solver as a business owner, small business owner. Don't have any employees. You're a small business owner. You're a problem solver. You solve some problem. That's what you're selling. Whether it's information or a product, you've solved something or you have found something to buy and sell that's solving somebody's problem. And all the things that go into that. That's just one of these things, is solving this. Don't be vulnerable. Don't be shamed by it. Don't be embarrassed by it. Don't explain it. Don't then put up with what you wouldn't put up with from a customer and or a vendor that you wouldn't normally put up with when it comes to PPP and these banks. How do you fall for something because you heard somebody else did this and it worked for them? What? That's not how you conduct your business. You may look at it in an option and check it out. Right now, and Glenda is probably the number one that would echo this sentiment that I've had since the beginning of the pandemic with my videos. And I've been doing videos going back to May of 2018. I wrote a book before this happened. I've been doing seminars and speeches before any of this happened. My videos have been to help clients that then turned into having over 62,000 subscribers. Your house is on fire. Or is your house going to be on fire? What do you do when your house is on fire? Right? What's the natural reactions? Panic, concern, running in too many directions, freaking out. And then when you see there's a fire hose, PPP, it'd only be logical, it'd only be understandable that you would start running in that direction for the hose as fast as you possibly can. And if you see other people running for the same hose, it's you or them. It's your family that you're protecting by putting out that house fire. And so then what happens? Right? Start jumping in the way. Right? Different emotions come out of that. Stop doing any of that. Your house is on fire, but you've got time to get to the hose. You have multiple hoses. You got your neighbor's hose, you got your hose, you got a hose in the backyard, whatever. Right? You got what then? You got PPP, you got ERTC, you got the sick leave, you got the family paid leave. Right? You got the EIDL grant that hopefully will come back in existence. They're doing the targeted grants, but you got that. You got PPP, right? Those are all your different hoses. Who's delivering the water to you? Right? Well, the banks and the SBA and the IRS. These are now just vendors of yours that are going to deliver the water. So take a deep breath. Okay, when I say take a deep breath and go through it calmly, all I'm saying is take a deep breath and go through it calmly. You have time. I'm not talking about now going on a fishing trip or worrying about your customers or worrying about your vendors or worrying about your employees so that you get distracted and then all of a sudden it's March 30th and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything about it. What I'm talking about is putting your family first, putting you first, putting your business first. It's the only way you're going to survive. And then moving away from all the feelings that you're feeling that potentially puts you in harm's way. Your business in harm's way. Your family in harm's way by not conducting this process of getting this help from the government in a manner consistent with already how you go about doing business. Now we haven't, I help manage a local band. What? Haven't done anything since before the pandemic. Well, no one's gonna tell us anything about when we play, how we play, what the fee is, blah 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 blah. Even in a simple thing like that, pure side gig. I don't make any money off of it at all. I don't take any money. I do it for fun. Those that are in the band have all businesses, their own businesses. They've been busy. These are musicians, right? But even a side gig like that, those musicians know how to conduct themselves, how to practice, how to get prepared, how to do a load in, which means bring in all the equipment and the materials and the instruments and the sound check and riling up the crowd and performing and then breaking it all down, collecting their check and moving into the next gig, right? The only reason I say that is that for most musicians that are doing things, a local band, this is like of their income, but they know how to conduct what it is they're doing. And the reason I say that is that I've had a recent conversation with a band member about some things, and this is an analogy that I put together. You already know how to do these things. You know how to conduct your business. You know how to now, as the business owner, realize that not panicking, running towards the fire hose that needs to be connected, not panicking will allow you to connect that fire hose actually quicker and more efficiently because you're clear-headed. You're setting aside your concern, your fear, your panic, and you're connecting the hose, knowing that there is a fire going on that, yes, needs to be put out. People around you are concerned, crying, freaking out, panicking, yelling, right? Employees, vendors, customers, maybe not quite to that extreme, but that's what's going on. We're all in this, if you will, together. What I want to say in closing is you are your business. Let's put away the little kumbaya for a minute. Okay? Let's put away the kumbaya for a minute. You are the business. I was on a phone consult with somebody on Friday, and I was talking with the spouse that runs the business. The other spouse really kind of does the business, if you will. Very common. And I said, I want you to remember, we were done with the consult, provided everything, and I said, okay, we're done. Our time's up. I've answered your questions. You'll be able to get the ERTC now. Relief, was achieved. I said, but I want to take a few extra minutes if I can. I want to share with you this, that you, and to this call, you and your spouse, you are the business. What I was being told is, well, we may have to shut the business down. I said, you'll never have to shut your business down. Now, you may not have contracts. You may not have customers. You may not have employees. You may not have vendors. You may not have employees or those that help you. You may not have a team. But guess what? That's not your business. Your business is not defined by any of those things. Your business is you. That's it. Everything else is an extension of you, which is then an extension of your business. Your business is you, as in you're the balloon. Kind of a silly analogy, just came up with it. You're the balloon. You decide how much air and or water or helium that's going to go into that balloon. Everything else that's going into that balloon, yeah, it's probably coming a lot from your effort and time and sweat and tears and all that. But anybody else that's there along with you is helping you fill it up, but you are the balloon. Whether it's deflated or at max capacity, it's your balloon. Why do I say put away the kumbaya for a minute? Well, what's a good business owner do? Realizes that they need customers and vendors and contractors and a team and employees. They realize that they need all of that to accomplish what it is that they are setting out to do, in essence, to have their business. But customers can be replaced, employees can be replaced, vendors can be replaced. Who can't be replaced? You. It's your business. You're irreplaceable, which proves my point that the business is you. Yes, we need employees, and employees make the world turn around. Make the world turn. Not at all devaluing any of these components, any of these people at all. But the business is you, and you need to survive. And by you surviving, your family survives. By you calmly going to the water hose, hooking it up, turning around while that water's coming out and putting out the fire, your house saves everything. You are your business. And why do you have your business? You have it to provide for yourself and your family. Get the need taken care of with this stimulus. Properly take advantage of it. Where the chips fall, let the chips fall where they may. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. But where you do qualify, take advantage of it. Don't do it in a way that you feel embarrassed, ashamed, down. You can take right off your shoulders anything that's happening to your business related to the pandemic. Take it right off your shoulders. I would almost dare to say a little arrogant for you to carry any shame or embarrassment or pain or frustration on your shoulders as though it is yours. It is not. The business is you. You need to survive, which also means that whatever aid you're able to take, then use it to the advantage of the business, which means you use it to the advantage of you. And when I say the word advantage, you better understand I mean to the betterment of you and the betterment of your business. But if you're in a position now where you're not sure you're going to be able to continue, then you need to figure out, why is that? Is it because you won't have a tough decision or a tough discussion with an employee to let them know that you can't keep paying them? Are you avoiding telling a customer you can't fulfill, or a vendor? Don't wait until you're in those circumstances where you are now put in a position of not being who you are. Because if you're a business owner, most likely you've got integrity, morals, and ethics. That is why you're in business and why people allow you to be in business, why they buy from you, why people work from you, and why people sell to you for you to then take care of your customers and your employees. Don't lose that. You can have integrity in being ruthless to protect you and your business. Integrity is not, I let my house burn because I didn't want to have a difficult discussion. Integrity is not, I let my house burn because I didn't know how to tell my customer or my vendor or my employee something. Integrity is letting your customer know before you get into a deal, letting your vendor know before you get into a deal that you may not or cannot fulfill whatever it is that needs to get done. Integrity is knowing when it's going to run out, not waiting for it to run out and then waiting to tell somebody about it. Integrity is being a good steward of your business, which means that you look at where it's going and being realistic with yourself, getting the aid that's being provided, not being taken, not being fooled, properly then infusing that money into your business, and then using it properly, using it as designed, using it as intended and required. But then knowing when does that run out, and then when is it that I need to be communicating to others to ensure that you don't get yourself into a circumstance that ruins you and your business, ruining your reputation by waiting until it's too late. Would you rather tell an employee a month in advance, 6 weeks in advance, you don't think they're going to have a job? What's better, that 4 weeks to 6 weeks in advance, having 30 seconds of courage to say, I don't know if I'm going to have a job for you in 6 weeks. Boom, it's done. Wasn't even taking 30 seconds to spit that out, to tell an employee that's relying on you, that has a family to feed, rent to pay. Or is it, now you've missed their paycheck? Or, I don't have a job for you starting tomorrow. The integrity is telling them ahead of time. The integrity is realizing you're not a superhero. Okay? Now, I got a lot of Captain America stuff back here. Right? But I'm not a superhero. Meaning, I got dealt a set of cards here. How do I make a shift? How do I change things in my business? It may not be popular. It may not feel good. But maintaining integrity overall needs to override all that. Ruthless with integrity. Ruthless is, customer, no, I'm not going to be able to continue to work because I can't either fulfill or you ain't paying me. Vendor, you know what, I can't buy from you, or I can't buy all of it, or whatever the case is. It's communicating to maintain the integrity. So the business is you. Protect it. Get the aid, but in a manner that is consistent with how you do business. You don't do business like an idiot. You don't do business blindly. So don't do it with this. The reason I raise my voice, the reason I talk sternly is like a coach. Now, some of you may find some early videos where in the middle of the night, like we are now at 2:15 a.m., I'm slapping the desk and I'm yelling and I'm telling you, your house is on fire. Go get the aid that you need. Stop looking left. Stop looking right. Stop scrambling and panicking and asking everybody. Get the answers. The answers are on the SBA website. The answers are in English and in multiple languages on the SBA website. The instructions tell you what they need to do. You can understand it. You know how to read. You run a business, you know how to read. You know how to read instructions. You know how to fill out a form. You know where to look for a line item. You don't need anybody to tell you anything. You can figure it out for yourself. Now, you can watch a few more videos. You can get yourself looking at some articles. You can talk to a bank. But stop looking left and stop looking right and look forward. What you're trying to do here is save your business, save yourself, and save your family. Without you, nothing else moves forward. Without you, your family goes without. Without you, your employees go without. Without you, vendors, customers, everything. So wake up if you need to be woken up. Be invigorated. Be challenged. Be excited. Be pumped up. Whatever it is. Stop sitting on the sidelines if that's where you are. Business owners don't stand in line. Business owners are at the head of the line. Business owners know what line to get into, how, why. Assessing, gathering information, and then executing. When you're selling to a customer, do you go and talk to your neighbor and everybody else and watch 600 YouTube videos and then try and figure out how to take care of a customer? And I'm not downplaying the fact that you need to do some of those things. But at some point, enough is enough in looking around. Enough is enough in looking around, because that's when you get trampled. That's when you end up in the wrong line. That's when you end up looking behind you and your house has burnt to the ground. Be ruthless with integrity. Think about that. And if you're not ruthless with integrity, then I don't know what you are. Because that's a business owner. That's a business owner. A business owner has kumbaya because it's good for the business. Let's be real. Kumbaya is good for the business. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be doing it. Right? Now, there might have just been one or two or three of you that got something out of this video. I appreciate you sticking till here. Hopefully I told you at the beginning this isn't what my channel's about. I'll remind you, there's no comments, there's no thumbs up or thumbs down that you get to see, because I probably put this video together really for one person, and maybe it was you. And you know why I put it together? You know why I put this video together? Because you needed to hear what no one else tells you as a business owner. And you needed to hear it from a stranger. You needed to hear it from somebody that has been in business for a long time. You needed to hear it from somebody that has counseled thousands and thousands of businesses to success and through hard times. And guess what? You just needed to hear what you already knew. Because you know that I didn't tell you anything new. I didn't tell you anything you didn't already know. I didn't tell you anything that just enlightened you. I told you what you know when you're laying in bed and you're in your own thoughts. And I'm probably one of the few that gets real about being a business owner. And so you know that I was already talking your language. So what does that tell you? What's that tell you about yourself? That you're going to get through this. You will make it through it, protecting yourself protecting your business, protecting your family, doing it ruthlessly with integrity to put this fire out by taking advantage properly. PPP, ERTC, sick leave credit, family paid leave credit, the EIDL, and possibly the EIDL grant. And then figuring out, where are you going to be in 90 days, and start making decisions now based on the aid that you're getting or not, and what you know is going to happen, and where you're going to be in 90 days, and make decisions now accordingly, like you already know how to do. Hey, I've enjoyed doing this. You know why? Because while I'm not laying in bed in my own thoughts, I'm here in my homemade home office, quote unquote, studio, talking to myself, reminding me of what I just said, reminding myself of how I got to where I am now. When I started my practice on May 15th, 1997, after a cool little over 4 years of experience, to now having my own practice and providing for my family in the manner that I hoped I would and have. But now it's taking where we are, taking what I've been dealt, taking the relief that's being provided to survive this. And I do thank you. I do thank you, even if this is the first video you've ever watched of mine. Because you helped me get through this pandemic and continue to get through with it. How? Because I'm able to share the information that in many ways I need to tell myself, I need to hear myself. I've been able to dive into providing information that has helped distract me from all the other things that are going on around us. You know, this COVID, it's real. We all know that. And in the last, it's now March 4th. In the last, guess it'd be since Valentine's Day, I guess. Amanda and I got stuck down in Texas, came back, and I went and helped a friend of mine with his ranch out west in Oklahoma. He got over 500 head of cattle. But I've never been around more death since then than any other time in my life. Starting with tragic. My friend lost 9 calves. Don't laugh. And 11 cows, 4 of which were 4 cows were with calves, meaning unborn, because of the cold. You have 500 head of cattle. No barn ever could be constructed to have 500 head of cattle that live off the land. Okay, these are your ultimate cattle for farm to table, living off the land. This is multi-generation land since the land run in Oklahoma. The most pure person I know in caring for the land and the animals that Depend on it. I don't think I've ever actually touched anything that had died. And I had to help my friend load up one of the calves. And these are circumstances, it was record cold, like never had been this cold in Oklahoma in the history of the history. You go out and you make sure all the water's running as early as you can get out there. Throwing food out. Everybody looks fine. You come back 3 hours later and you have 2 dead calves that just were walking around. Calves taken in the house. There's only so many calves you can put in a house. Bottle feeding. There's only so many hands. So for anybody out there that thinks that's a shame, it is. But if you think it's a shame and you're angry at somebody about it, check yourself. My point is, that was an experience, but that doesn't compare to the fact that since then, I know of, just to be accurate, 6 people that have died either from COVID or complications of COVID. Well, one of them died, and I haven't heard actually if it's related to COVID. Kind of seems like it probably was, since my friend's mom had passed away and it happened so quickly. I just don't know the details just yet because it just happened. Just happened today. So we're all dealing with that too, right? So what are we doing this all for? And I'm not talking about masks and closures and determining if your gross receipts are down or finding the line item to put on the right line item on your PPP application. I mean, what are we doing this all for? So through this pandemic, we're all seeing everything differently. That's unobvious. So through this, what's it going to look like for you 1 year from today? What's it going to look like? What's important to you right now? And will it be the same importance 1 year from now? And focus your sights on that so that 1 year to the day you will be where you planned to be. Because you didn't look left, you didn't look right. You came with ruthless integrity. All right, hey, you know what? If you made it to here, I guarantee you're already a subscriber, so I appreciate you. I love you. If you're not a subscriber, love to have you a part of the channel's family, if you will. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for everything that you do for me. Thanks for being on this journey. And I hope that you're doing as best as you can. And thanks for everything. All right. Hey, love you. All right. I always got to just end it with all the same stuff. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. You got this, don't you? You got it. I did it all because I believe in you. I believe in you.